Okay, the first thing that I want to go over is opening AutoCAD 2013 and setting up the units and limits of our drawing area to begin a new drawing. So by default, we don't know what the settings are when we've opened AutoCAD 2013, so we're going to go ahead and check those settings and adjust them if necessary. First thing we're going to check out is our units. So I type in UNITS and press enter, and that's going to give me my drawing units dialog box, and I can select from the list of drop down options for the type, which we're going to make decimal, which it was, and then the precision, and we want these two to match what our drawing assignment is. So for this particular one, when we're going to be starting with the title block, it has a precision of 3 decimal places to the right of the decimal, so that's 0.000, so I'm going to go ahead and change that and then click OK. The next thing I want to do is set up my drawing limits, which is based on our XY Cartesian coordinate system. So the lower left corner should be 0, 0, and then the upper right will be a value, XY value that will fit our entire drawing. So we get there by typing in limits, LIMITS, enter, and it will ask me in the command line to specify the lower left corner, and then it will show me in parentheses what it is set to currently. So currently it has a value of 0.00, 0.00, and since we want the lower left corner to be 0, 0, 0, 0 on the X, 0 on the Y, I can simply accept that value by pressing enter. The next one is going to be our upper right corner. It tells us to specify what the upper right corner should be, and then it tells us in parentheses that currently it is set to 12 inches by 9 inches. That's 12 on the X, which is horizontal, and 9 on the Y, which is vertical. Because our drawing is slightly smaller than 12 by 9, we can leave it at this particular setting. If it was larger than that, we would want to change the XY value for the upper right corner to correspond, but we're just going to simply press enter and leave it there. And then finally, the last thing I want to do is I want to do a zoom all command so that I make sure I'm looking at 12 inches by 9 inches on my screen, so when I start to draw, my lines will show up appropriately. If I am zoomed out or zoomed in too far, it will make it difficult for me to see my drawing. So the way to do that is simply enter Z, enter, A, enter, and that goes in the command line, and I now am looking at 12 inches by 9 inches on my screen. The next video we'll talk about starting our borderline and our title block, and then we'll move on from there.